Wranglers Extra.
It's a bit of a gloomy day in Chatham, but we're on the field at Veterans Field. It's time for the Managers Show. A lot of ties lately, Schiff, between your team and Brewster in the All-Star game last night.
Well, I think that's the way the All-Star game should end. I think it's kind of appropriate. What a game. You saw everything but a lot of hits, not a lot of offense, but some really great defensive plays, really, really solid pitching, and, it was just a fun environment.
A fun environment, and you were actually out coaching the base paths. How was that experience?
I love it. I miss it. I didn't get a chance to do it this spring, not coaching high school baseball, so I do miss getting out there. It's something I like to do. It's something I'm pretty good at, but, we let the guys do that here. That's part of their development, and since I've been coaching baseball virtually forever, I guess I can get over it.
Almost forever. Well, today you've got Andrew Knapp back in the starting lineup at catcher, and yesterday in the All-Star game, I believe, was the first time he caught since he sustained that foot injury. How do you look out there?
He looked fine. He looked a little rusty, which was expected, and that's kind of good to get a few innings in. He feels good today after doing it, so we're excited to get him back there and moving on to the end of the season.
What did you think of the experience yesterday with the All-Star game being back on the Cape for the first time in 3 years?
I liked it. I think it for a lot of reasons. It's a long day when you go up to Fenway. It just really drags. But, on the flip side, it's not about me. It's not about it's about the kids. And, I guess there'll be input from the kids at some point to see if they're going to go back to Fenway or not. If I was to take a poll or do a checklist, I think it should be here. There's a lot more positives for everyone if it is on the Cape. But again, it's for the kids. And if Fenway Park's available and the kids want to go back there and play an All-Star game there, then they should. But it certainly is. It gives them a little bit of time. If they're going to continue to do the schedule the way they are, no day off before, no day off after, then it's better to play here than make that day. That's a 16, 18-hour day if you go up to Fenway Park, and that's a long day for these guys.
You mentioned the long drive to Fenway. What are the other positives of having the game on the Cape?
Well, it's your fans. Not everybody can just jump in the car and drive to Boston. Parking they don't give you reduced parking rates in Boston because the Cape Cod League is playing. And the meals aren't exactly cheap in Boston, and it's a long drive. The traffic is awful. Things like that. Those are factored in. But then again, getting the kids to play in a major league park, especially the famous Fenway Park. That's big for some of these kids, and it does have to be factored in. But I think it's if we can continue to go. Get everyone up there for the workout and let all the kids get an opportunity to be on the field. Maybe the All-Star game can stay here. That would be the direction I would go, but I don't make those decisions. So, but it's just a long day. You're leaving at 7, 8 a.m. You're not getting back till 10, 11 o'clock at night. It's a long day, and especially you got your kids wrapped up in pennant races and whatnot. So, that'd be my first inclination. And I would love to sit down with everyone involved, the coaches who don't get a chance to talk very much, the general managers and the rest of the league, and hash it out and say, okay, let's draw up a game plan and see where everybody's on, what page everybody's on, and make that final decision. But it was a neat day. Harwich people did a phenomenal job. It was well run. The field was in magnificent shape. The rain held off. Everything was great.
Last night was a great environment. Did you get a chance to talk to Wagner, Thompson, and Knapp to see how they felt about the game?
They were having fun. They had a lot of fun, and you could just see all of the kids, every one of the kids at the field. It was a great experience, and just having the kids talk to one another. They knew each other's names. Maybe they didn't play each other in college, but now they're playing against each other. And there was a couple interesting conversations, and just some great stuff. It is my favorite day of the summer. There's no question. It's my favorite day of the summer, unless it's a really long day. And that wasn't bad since I can almost walk to Harwich High, so it's okay with me.
Yeah, we heard from people that this is really the closest thing there is to a collegiate all-star game. Is that one of the reasons why it's your favorite day of the summer?
Well, not really. It's just it's so relaxed. You're seeing all these kids you read about. We don't. You only play the other division 4 times, and maybe some kid who's on an all-star doesn't play against you at a certain day, so you don't get to see these kids. You don't get to know these kids, and you get to see the other coaches, the other 9 coaches, and they're, like I said, we're family. And it's anytime we get together, there's laughs, there's stories, and we kind of indoctrinated, or maybe it was even. I'd say indoctrinated John Altabelli because he's a new guy this year, and we haven't had a new guy in 5 years. Chad Gassman was the last change we've had, so John was all ears listening to some of the stories about the All-Star games and just stories in general. So that was fun. I guess it was more of an initiation instead of an indoctrination. So, it was fun. always entertaining is Steve Englert. I mean, he's a character, and Stevie was wound up pretty good yesterday, so that provided a lot of entertainment as well.
Talking about All-Star Game history, we had our research department on it. Do you remember the last time there was a tie in the All-Star Game?
Ooh, it wasn't that long ago, I don't think. But, I don't even remember scores sometimes because you're just so wrapped up in the day. So when was it?
It was 1996 at YD, and that year ended pretty good for you.
Yeah, it was one of the championship years for us. That was neat. I didn't realize it was that long ago. I thought thought there was one within the last 6 or 8 years. But like I said, the score is not the most important thing in the All-Star Game. It's really, the day that the kids have and how much fun the kids have and how much fun we have.
Dan Duva came up with that, so maybe he skipped over some, so it might not be good.
I would think if Dan said it, it's pretty accurate. Dan's, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes Dan makes them up as they go along, but I would think Dan had that right. But if I were you, I'd go check, make sure.
I'll go check on that. So you play the Wareham Gatemen tonight as you begin the end of the season after the All-Star Game. Good luck in the game, Schiff.
Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it.
That was the Manager's Show. We're sending it to break. The Anglers' extra pregame show continues.